Hello everyone, welcome back, and in today's video I will show you guys the basics of the DOM and actually how to use it and how to use its information to place accurate trades and to profit. So what is the DOM? The DOM shows us intent of people placing and subtracting orders in the real time. So what we can see here in the middle are real orders coming in live in the market, hitting the bids or the limit buys and hitting the offers or the limit sells. And we can use that information to our advantage to predict what can happen here in real time in the future. So we can see 55 sells right here came in, and we can now see that price had dropped. So someone came in here and sold into the market, hitting it to the bids, and it managed to drop. So what I'm going to do now is I will only leave the basics. I will only leave the limit buys and limit sells so we can see the chart clearer. So I can show you guys how to actually read it and what everything means here on the chart. So this is the basic. On the left we can see price. So this is what the current price of the S&P is. Blue are the limit buys waiting to get filled when price drops to their current level, and same goes for the offers on the left, on the red, where we can see limit sells waiting to get filled when price goes up. So here people are waiting to sell, here people are waiting to buy. So now I'm going to add the bid profile column and the ask profile column. And what this shows us are the orders that came in at the current price level that are divided by the sells and the buys. And here we got the ask snapshot column and the bid snapshot column. So what this shows us are in real time, this can show us the pulling and the adding into the limit buys and the sells. Well, not into the limit buys and sells, but in the adding into the bids in the real time. So at this price we can see people adding and subtracting orders. So I'm going to tidy this up, and we can see minus figures right here that are corresponding to this bid right here, this market bid. And we can see if they pull from the bid, it means they don't want to buy here, and they maybe want to buy lower so they can sell higher. Same goes for the offers. We can see subtracting offers right here. It means someone is subtracting bids from this at this current price level, which means they don't want to sell at this level, and maybe they want to sell higher so they can buy lower so they can profit. So what we're going to add now is the current trades at bid and current trades at ask. So this is the most important tool, and what this shows us is the actual market buys and sells coming in real time. So when we look here at the limit buys and sells, we can't actually see if these orders are getting filled or not. So what this shows us are if the orders are actually being hit or not. And we can see there are some 9 and 4 sells, and we can see some 4, 4, 7 buys. So it shows us the real trades being traded at real time. And what we will add now is the volume profile column. So this volume profile column shows us the total amount of buys and sells transacted at the current price or at this level. And we're going to add the order column and the alert column. So these two columns, the alert column is where we can just type in what we saw in the charts. For example, if we can see at the current market orders that have been placed in real time, if we can see that the average trade or the average contract has been around 5 to 7, and we see someone comes in and buys 17 contracts, we know that that is a bigger player than the rest. So we can assume that he will protect his order, or he'll protect his position. And here what we can see here, when we place a trade, so we will hit a buy, so we will put the limit buy, and when price comes into this limit buy, my limit buy, I will get filled, and here on the left we will see if we are in profit or in a loss. So I'm actually going to move my limit buy higher so we can get filled in sooner. Okay, let's see if we can get filled. Okay, here we go. So my limit buy has been hit, and right now we are in the market, and what we can see here are is the profit that I will be in if price goes to a certain level, and the loss that I will be in if price goes to a certain level as well. So that's the basics of the DOM. So to recap, we have the limit buys and limit sells. We have the actual orders that came in at real time that are being placed in the market. Here we can see the volume profile column of the bids and the asks. So what we can see is the volume profile has different colors. We have the dark blue and we have the light blue. The light blue shows us the value area lows and value area highs. So it means if we go into the value area high, it means the asset for today's session has been expensive, and they usually like to come back into the value area where there has been the most amount of contracts transacted. And here same goes for the lows. If you go into the value area low, which means this light blue, price usually tends to like to come back into this value area where, you know, they are comfortable with the zone that they're in. And here we can see this pink color represents the point of control, which means the point of control is the most amount of contracts transacted at a certain price level. So we can see at the 5643.25, we can see there has been the most amount of contracts transacted. So that's the point of control for today. And in the orange here, we can see the VWAP. So yeah. And these orange numbers here, these are the total number of offers. So all these offers, limit offers, are collected here. So that's the total amount of limits. And here is the exact same, but for the bids. So it's the total amount of bids. So yeah, guys, that's it. And I'm sorry if it was hard to follow because my English is not as good, but I hope you actually understood something about the aftermarket and actually how to read it. And so the next time I post my live trades, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, you know, when I talk fast, and you won't be left in the dark. And the more you watch my videos, the more you'll actually, you know, start to understand what you're seeing, and you will see the same patterns behaving or repeating over and over again. And since I've been in the charts for almost 2 years now, I've been using aftermarket, I've seen a lot of patterns being, as I said, repeated, and so I'll use them to my advantage to profit from the trades.